I'm Dennis Litty, as he said, and what I did is try to create an organization, College Unbound, to help people who've stopped out of college and can't get back in college, to raise themselves out of poverty through both education, getting a bachelor's degree, we're an accredited college, and job skills. And it's a great, great need. And rather than me going on for a second, I brought 3 students that have been in the program. So I'll let Sonia start and say something, and then I'll come back and give the details, all right? Sonia, you can clap for her so she relaxes.
My name is Sonia, and I am the daughter of the war chief of the Narragansett Indian tribe in Rhode Island. Why do I share this with you? Because on the reservation there was a great amount of poverty and learned hopelessness, due to the fact that even in 2023 there is not any running water or electricity. So that cycle still continues. But my journey with education begins as many others that want to gain their bachelor's degree when I was 18 years old. Since then, I became a mother of 4, divorced, and feeling like right back where I started as a child. I went to school for 25 years, beginning to chase my tail for my credits. I was introduced to College Unbound, which has this alternative way of alternative learning model for adults, a population that most often gets skipped over. I am an alumni of College Unbound, which taught me how to think for myself, how to create change within my community. I now stand before you with my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and change. I have also, since then, my son is going to College Unbound along with his father and his grandmother. 3 generations are going to be going to College Unbound and graduating. It is a project-based school, and my project coming out of there real quick, just to share it with you, was to implement programming around restorative teams in the state of Rhode Island. Oftentimes there's police officers, and to kind of diffuse that theory of the school to prison pipeline. It still continues there today under the Title V funding, and now I am a student obtaining my master's degree in community development, and I will continue to rise my people up out of poverty and other marginalized communities alike, because as we all know, education is the key to unlock that poverty. Thank you.
Just say, you know, what Sonia said is so true, but that generational learning is really important. And for me, my grandmother is African American, my mom is African American, and myself as an African American, the dream was about to die. It really was. I started college, I left behind college, and I'm wearing a shirt, and it may look kind of silly, but I'm really, really proud because my grandmother graduated in Boston. And the dream almost died because I didn't go back, and I had a lot of lost hope, but CU restored the hope. And so now I also am an alumni. My husband now, who is an immigrant from Haiti, is now a student. And my hope is that it expands and my son can go back to college. He did 5 years of college and never finished. And CU, I know, will bring that dream alive. I do.
And I just want to add, my grandparents never graduated school. My parents never graduated school. My father migrated here from the Dominican Republic, so his kids weren't expected to graduate at school. But I found a place with College Unbound that not only provided a space for me to graduate in a timely manner, but they were there for me and supported me through my toughest times. We lost a CU student, which was one of my best friends, and we were on vacation, and unfortunately she drowned, and I wanted to drop out. But CU provided not only the resources, the support, the therapy, and I graduated in December, so I graduated early. So.
I'll try to be half as good as them. So that's why I love my job. And I could have brought 100 students. They each have their own story, and it's different but the same. So I'm going to give you a couple facts. And there are 39 million people in this country that started school and didn't finish. I checked New York City. There are 37% of the kids who start college drop out in the first semester. and 4 out of 5 of those are kids of color. So not only is that horrible, but then once they drop out, they owe money, they can't get back to school. So college is not serving that population. And then what happens, they go along, life gets in the way and they don't come back. And so that's why we've created something to bring people back. And 84% of our students are women. Something like 75% are women of color. And we're helping them get that bachelor degree so they can get a better job, so they can stand tall and help transform themselves and their families. We just did a survey on alumni on the money they made while they were a student and the money they made the day they got out. $14,000 up for our students is the average that they got the day out. So that's what we're doing. We're using education and job skills. Here's how we do it. So Sonia was talking about the project that she did. That wasn't just a cute project to be in school. That was something she cared about her whole life, and she's still doing. The other fact is, something like 80% of the students after they graduate say they're still working on their project. So they're not going to leave. We work inside the prison also, and when students get out of the prison, we actually meet them at the gate because that's when they get lost, and then they continue their work with us. So there was this one fellow that started to work with us, and he wanted to do something for the part of the city that he kind of destroyed as a student. And he wanted to get the bank to give him a house, to start a place for students to grow up. So that was his project, that was his life, and the courses we have, the sociology course, the nonprofit course, all help him do better. And the other little example I'll give you, there was a woman who came to us and she said, Dennis, could I do this as my project? 10 years ago, her child died in the first year. And she was so kind of distraught that she never really processed it. So 10 years later, she said, can that be my project? To process it, do a ceremony for her, and start a nonprofit to raise money for the illness. So those people don't drop out. That's why when the graduation rate in every college is around 55%, and for low-income students, only 11% graduate who start. And we have a 94% graduation rate. I have no idea if the stuff behind me is correlating to that. But anyways, so we did it in Rhode Island, and I'm the president and co-founder of the organization, and now we're ready to spread it. We spread to Philadelphia, we started a little in Chicago. I'd like to bring it to New York City. And the good news is it's very hard. That's not the good news, that's the bad news. The good news, I know how to do it a bit. So I came to Brown University, I've been a high school principal. Then the commissioner asked me to set up a model high school in Providence, that's where we're from. We did, and then Bill Gates found me. It's a good, and ended up saying this was his favorite school. So my mom and Bill Gates said that, so I'm very happy, two very important people. And how did he know me? How did he come to Providence? Well, I get fired a lot because I'm always doing work a little ahead on the edge. And so Time Magazine did an article, someone wrote a book, and then I don't know how many of you you can admit you're old enough to have watched LA Law at all. You know? All right. If not, ask your parents. So Michael Tucker from LA Law played me in a Monday night movie. And yes, I'm better looking, and we'll discuss it. But I have a book here that I wrote, and I'm being told to hurry up. But in here is a card with the QR code. You can actually watch the movie. So just to end, we need partners. I just wrote an article for the Stanford Social Innovation Review, and I ended it with, we need allies. We need philanthropy, we need policymakers, and we need businesses to help us make this grow. So I just hope this is interesting to everyone and can help us move to New York City. And give a hand for my 3 adults right here. Now the real show, let the real show go on. And there are books and things in the back if you want.
Thank you.
And I signed them. I don't know if that means if you put them on eBay, you get more money or less money.